So y'all probably thought I forgot to bring it all back. That first thing I mentioned in part one about the whole civil liberties. And yes, I get it, I understand, and I can empathize and understand the whole you can't tell me what I can't put in my body. You can't tell me to not eat a Big Mac and bacon. Well, Big Macs and bacon don't have second and third order effects on other people. At least not nearly like mind control, but mind altering drugs. And if you want to make the argument about you can't tell me what to do, well then you better be prepared for that argument on cocaine, heroin, opium, meth, amphetamines, ecstasy, all that good stuff. And just let it go. In fact, you better be ready for to make the argument to just abolish the entire FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Like, it's there for a reason. It's a nightmare bureaucracy, and it's bigger than it should be, and it needs to be rolled back. I am a small government, limited government guy. And yeah, the FDA is probably too big, but somewhere in there's a balance between no FDA and what we've got now, this monstrosity we've got now. So if you don't think cocaine and all that other hard stuff should be legalized, but you actually are not that civil libertarian that you think. You actually agree with me that we can draw the line somewhere, we should draw the line somewhere, you just disagree with where that line should be drawn. Alright? So, here we are. If you want to be that hardcore libertarian though, and just let it all go, before I proceed any further, those people, I would say, take a look at Seattle and the second, third order effects that they have there from just going ahead and let that heroin and all that other good stuff go, and where they have to now go through parks and playgrounds 2-3 times a week with metal detectors to pick up the needles that all the druggies have left laying around. There are cities and places around the world, states, countries, that have just let it go, and you don't want to be like them. You don't want to deal with the second, third order effects that they are. Alright? Second order effect is that effect where the kids of the parents who do drugs paying $5, $6, $7, $8,000 a month on their drug addicts and neglecting their kids, and their kids are starving. The kids starving and being neglected is a second order effect. Third order effect is me and my tax dollars having to go to the social services to pick those kids up from unfit parents. And that is what gives a society, in a free and civil society, what I hope everybody would like to agree with me that we want to live in, gives us the right through our legislature to go ahead and put controls on that stuff, especially mind-altering drugs. Right? There's an argument to be made for prohibition of alcohol. I'm not necessarily saying we should go there, but there is the argument that exists. In fact, we do have limited prohibition on alcohol that we can extrapolate data from about the effect of prohibition today. Limited prohibition on alcohol, 18, 19, 20-year-olds not allowed to drink legally. Do they still do it? I'm sure they do, yeah. But does it have the desired effect? Yes. So that's kind of, I already made that argument about prohibition working, but there is the argument, and it has been made, and it was in effect for some time, and we do have the limited prohibition on alcohol now. We can prohibit certain dangerous substances, mind control substances. We are a free society. You can get on the road and go anywhere, but there are rules on the roads. You have to drive on the right side. We don't live in Britain or Japan driving on the left side. We drive on the right side. Yeah, on the interstate, stay on the right lane unless you're going to pass. If the left lane is for passing only, that's a pet peeve of mine. Red light means stop. Green light means go. Follow the rules of the road. Without laws, there cannot be freedom. There should be a limited government laws within their proper perspective, but without them, we don't have freedom. Without them, society can collapse. Laws in part say, as a society, we acknowledge this as a bad thing. On the whole, you can take adultery, infidelity in marriage. Now, granted, there's no criminal consequences to it, but there are legal consequences in divorce court. They make laws saying, acknowledging this is not right, this is a bad thing. I'm not saying lock up adulterers. My point is there are laws that penalize that activity. All right. In civil family court, not criminal court. Maybe not a perfect analogy, but you get the idea, I hope, if you're thinking, if you are engaging the gray matter. So I hope everybody got a little exposed to the other side, because critical thinking is in short supply in this day and age in this country. I always like giving food for thought and watching people's reaction. Although I can't watch your reaction if you're watching this video, but in conversation, throwing things out there. Oh, I never thought of that. All right. Respect and God bless.